Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Heroes of Bastion for the final episode. Our heroes last time stopped the patron's plot to absorb all of the people in the city at great cost, as Nethira made the ultimate sacrifice to save the day. And the other three, emboldened by their friend's sacrifice, went head-to-head with the most powerful hero that has ever been, possessed by the most powerful deity to ever exist. And bought him enough time so that he could regain control and sacrifice himself. But the patron, as Nova said, is a sore loser. And he had an ace up his hole. Ace up his hole. Perfect. Love it.
Laugh, get him. Get him.
Sick him.
He had an ace up his sleeve. That being Jackson, Mabel, and a reborn Avon. And we are going to pick up with, I need all three of you to roll Take a Powerful Blow.
Cool.
And Miss Lilac,
Yes.
roll Take a Powerful Blow. Not your move.
No. No, because I rolled not great. That then.
Rally, what did you roll?
7.
7?
That
Okay.
as well.
7.
7.
7. Jackpot. As the four of you, or the three of you, gasped from your fight with the animals and with Patron Nova, your bodies aching, your powers mostly expended, you weren't ready for it. As the three of them charged forward in a flash of light, we see Mabel transform into shadow and appear in front of Rally, striking down at him, crossing him across the face, sending him face first into the ground. Rally, mark 2 conditions, please.
Oh, I don't get a choice? All right.
We see Avon burst in a flash of lightning, pushing past Bluebird and striking you square in the jaw, Lilac, sending you reeling backwards. Mark 2 conditions. And we see Jackson walk up to you, Alea. And he grabs you by the throat and slams you down into the ground. Mark 2 conditions. Rally, what do you do as Mabel is standing above you?
I don't know. Can I gauge how powerful I am right now?
You're pretty gassed, dude. You used your moment of truth, and you feel the toll of expending that much power. You don't have a lot left in the tank.
Is there some way for me to get all three of them to sort of target me to buy time for the other two? Essentially, Riley is going to be as annoying as possible to try to get them to beat him up instead of his friends.
If I might say, Lilac's probably the best at taking the blows because she has a move for taking hits.
That is also an option.
So,
but
let the
Rally.
tank be a tank,
this
maybe.
is on
Rally roll.
right now.
Rally roll. Provoke someone. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you provoke one.
I'll take it. Superior. Fucking 12. Oh wait, this gets me my ass kicked, but still 12.
How are you getting? How are you getting their attention?
I can't necessarily think of something, but the general idea is Rally is going to be Rally. Mask up, he's just gonna try to make quips, be annoying, and do I get to choose which of the others I get other than Mabel, or
You can get Avon.
I'll take Avon, sure.
So Avon, after throwing Lilac backwards with her punch, you see she joins Mabel as you see she's kind of lightning dashing all over the place as Mabel is transporting from place to place in shadow. As the two of them are striking you together, I need you to roll take a powerful blow twice.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to let the two of you react.
Oh shit, I have the conditions, huh? So that's plus
Yes.
2 to this. First one would be a 6. The other one is a 7.
So you can pick from that list, choose one.
Oh
With
boy.
With two conditions, you only rolled a 6 and a 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one was 4, and then the other one was 5. I'm going to struggle past the pain, I guess.
And mark 2 more conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to buy my friends time to think
your
of something.
Your vision is beginning to blur as you're finding it difficult to stay standing. Lilac, what are you doing? Avon has punched you square in the jaw, and now her and Mabel have joined forces, and they are shredding Rally.
I think. Can I roll and assess the situation?
Sure.
13.
13? Okay, ask away.
Okay, so who here is most vulnerable to me? And let's say how could we best end this quickly?
You're gonna have to hurt them to end it quickly. Like you saw what you had to do to Nova to get him to like subside a bit.
Yeah.
What's the most vulnerable to you? You see Bluebird is standing motionless, staring at the ground.
Oh boy. I think as she's like glancing between the two, she's gonna turn to Bluebird and kind of like grab his shoulder quite roughly and spin him around. Be like, listen, we will talk later about that. But right now I need to get your head in the game.
Okay. And he nods.
Because I marked the insecure and angry, and the insecure because of his deal.
Got it.
But yeah, that's what she'll do before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alea, Jackson is standing over you, his hands still gripping your throat as he just slammed you into the ground. What do you do?
I am going to open a small black hole behind him and suck us both in, and then have us come out so he's slammed into the ground.
So I need you to roll me directly engage a threat, please.
Okay. Okay. A 6.
So with a 6, you create this black hole attempting to bring you in, and then you feel the weight of him increase as you feel the pressure on your throat increase, and he goes, "You're not the only one who has fun with gravity," as he begins to crack you down into the earth. Rally, what are you doing? Are you still just taking blows? You're muted, buddy. Mike's not down.
I forget that I have to do that sometimes. I guess I think Rally is trying to hold out as long as he can in the hopes that the two people he trusts the most in this situation will come up with a plan to save them. But all in all, he's ready to do whatever it takes, and I think he's going to unleash his powers to try to create more Rally clones in order to kind of like buffer it a little bit so he's not getting hit more?
So go ahead and roll Unleash Your Powers and take a powerful blow.
I'll take it. So the first one I have -2 because I marked the hopeless condition. 4, so 2. Wait, no, 5? This is minus.
So how many conditions do you have?
4, but this...
You have 4 conditions, so you'd
Roll
add
the
4 to it. So it would be an 8.
For take a powerful blow or unleash my
Yes.
powers?
Yeah, Unleash Your Powers. Yeah, sorry. Unleash
My powers is -2 from that, but I have a +3 in freak, so it's +1, so 5, and then the other one is +4. Why is that the high one? Fucking a lot. 15.
15. So Rally, you're gonna black out. As you feel that you're trying to throw up these clones, but before you can even get your hands up, you see Avon grabs your hand and cracks your wrist as you see your arm twist. As you try to get your other hand up, you see Mabel comes up and crosses you across the jaw. And as you begin to throw your hands up one more time, there's a golden flower that crosses your vision. As a punch that would have surely killed you. You see the flower just floats into its place as the punch contacts with it, and the force sends you reeling backwards. And you are knocked out, but you're not dead. Lilac and Alea. Alea is currently, you're being pressed to the ground by Jackson. Lilac, you see Rally has just been knocked out. And you see Mabel and Avon are starting to wheel on you and Bluebird.
Okay. Anything around us that's... Actually, the dance floor back inside. Okay.
You're presently about 100 yards from inside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's where all the passed out students are.
They're all laying on top of the floor.
Okay. I think she...
Give me an assess the situation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I? Cool. That's a 9.
So with a 9, you remember, and I'm just going to message it to you, actually.
Oh, I haven't had a secret message this whole time. How exciting. Okay. Wait, I'll look at the...
Take a little gander.
Oh, interesting. Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. She'll look at Mabel and at Avon, and then over at Jackson. I think she'll mutter to Blue and just say, "Help Alea," and then she'll turn to the others and be like, "You want to dance? Let's dance." And I think she's gonna use her super speed to get back into the prom to try and get to the chandelier.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll me. Unleash your powers.
Okie dokie. 9.
9. As you zip into the ballroom, and you can see Avon and Mabel are hot on your trail. You run up the wall, essentially. You make your way, flash up the wall. And as you're jumping for the crystals, the cracked green crystals in the chandelier, because most of them shattered, but there's remnants of them in the chandelier. You feel your ankle kind of give out as you're jumping and you're reaching. As you roll the 9, and you can feel you, just like Rally, you're running out of gas as you're reaching for them. And we're going to cut outside. Alea, you are currently being pinned down by Jackson, and you see Blue runs over and drops a shoulder to knock Jackson off of you, and Bluebird offers a hand to you, quick to get you up.
Grab it and
He pulls you up. He's like, "Do you mind if we kick the crap out of your boyfriend?"
I guess, yeah. I feel like he already started it. Let's go.
Hey, what do you want to do, Alea?
Alea is going to run and for the first time try and like basically go straight towards him, going as fast as she can, gravity allowing, and knock him down, and then be like, Bluebird, just chain him up and keep him down.
All right, I'm gonna have him roll, take a powerful blow. So you collide into him and you knock him down to the ground. And you see, like, as he gets knocked down, you can feel the gravity like that you used, and you feel his begin to kind of compete with each other as he's struggling past the pain, pushing against you as Bluebird begins to try to bring metal around to wrap him around. As the earth around the two of you is beginning to crack and also simultaneously float as the two basically warring gravities are fighting against each other. What do you do?
He's right now as pinned down as he can be, right?
Ish. He's probably going to get up soon.
Okay, got it.
You, just like the others, you can feel you are running out of strength.
Okay. In that case, Alea is going to try and lift some nearby rubble, like a heavy bit, and pin him down.
You're presently on top of him.
Oh, I'm on top of him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
Because you tackled him to the ground.
Okay, got it.
I was like, are you squishing yourself?
Okay, you know what? To break his concentration, I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
Classic. I'll roll take powerful blow.
Okay, cool.
Classic.
That was good. That was good.
That's good. He rolled a 6.
Oh, I also wait. I have influence over him, so it's +1 any moves regarding him.
Okay, so it's a 7. So as you kick him in the balls, he goes, "What's up?"
No, never mind. I was.
You
Just
kick him you knee him in the balls, and he goes, "Oh, fucking bitch!" And again, this isn't Jackson's voice. This isn't Jackson's voice. This is the patron's voice. Just as a reminder.
Jackson would never. He's a feminist.
Yes. And we're gonna cut inside. Lilac, I need you to give me. I need you to roll me just 2d6 plus danger. Plus danger.
No. No. Okay. So I rolled a 7 on my danger. I do believe is a -3.
Is it -3?
-2. It's a -2. It's a -2.
It's a -2, so it's a 5.
I
So
have
you
5 potential now.
you grab one of the crystals, one of the broken crystals off of it, and then you feel your air manipulation leave you. As you go tumbling to the ground, and I need you to roll, take a powerful blow.
Can I use my move now?
No.
I want to roll low for this one, don't I?
Correct.
That's fine, right? Okay, but I'm adding my 2 conditions. Okay,
Correct.
that's only 6 though. So
A 6. So you grab the crystal, and you go plummeting to the ground, and you slam into the remnants of the stage, cracking through it, and you feel your arm pop. And as you're trying to right yourself, you see it's hanging. Your right hand is hanging limply at your side. As Avon and Mabel begin to close in on you, what do you do?
Okay. I think she's going to look at like the dance floor, look at them, and then she's gonna kind of crack her neck and go, "All right, let's do this then." And I'd like to just try and do the same sort of parrying of blows that I was doing earlier, as directly engage a threat, but only using my left hand. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to at least like scratch them with the crystal or try and jam it somewhere into one of their armor or something.
Okay. Go ahead and roll and directly engage a threat, please.
I'm going to pull my punches. That is an 8.
An 8. So you're only going to take one powerful blow. So go ahead and roll it for me. Use your move this time.
Okay.
Because now you're not free falling from the sky.
Beautiful. I rolled a 9 plus 3, so 11.
So what does that mean?
It just means that I don't have to take an extra condition.
Okay.
So what I'd like to do is I would like to... If I say get an opportunity or an opening against an attacker, does that mean I can jam that crystal in with one of them at least?
You can pick one.
Okay, cool. I'm going to pick Mabel.
Okay. So as you're holding them off with one arm and using just like your movement, trying to dip and dodge out of the way, you feel the longer you're holding onto this crystal, the slower you're getting. The more the blows are hurting.
Mm-hmm.
The more your shoulder is hurting. And you see this opening as Mabel just throws a wide hook. Where are you trying to jam part of the crystal in?
I think she wants to jam it underneath her armpit, like into that crevice there, because she knows it'll be hard for her to get it out.
So you stab that crystal up into Mabel's armpit and it cracks, leaving just a small bit in your hand and a bit in her armpit as she screams in agony as you see her veins basically begin to alight with this green as it begins to crawl across her body and she slumps to the ground. And we're going to cut outside to Avon, or not to Avon, to Jackson, Alea, and Bluebird. So, Alea, you see Jackson is now beginning to stand up, basically forcing you back. And I need you to roll, take a powerful blow.
A 12.
Okay. So, which of those first options do you want?
I will. I'll remove myself from the situation, and by like running away, and by doing that, I will also clear the condition frayed.
How are you running?
As I see him getting up, I see how little of Jackson is left in him.
Make an assess the situation.
Okay, let's go. I have so many conditions right now. Okay, 3.
3. I'll give you one thing. As Jackson is reaching his hand and essentially lifting you off the ground in preparation to slam you into the ground, you can see from the corner of one of his eyes a tear rolling from there, rolling from his cheek, rolling from his eye down his cheek.
Okay, then I'm going to use a move. I'll describe it first before telling you exactly what it is.
Wait, so you have to flee.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
You don't get to do a move. You either are knocked out or you're running.
No, I'm running away.
How are you running? Because presently he's got you gripped, and he's about to slam you into the ground, which will surely either kill you or knock you out.
I will open a black hole directly behind me and suck into it, and come out. I'll come out in the school where Lilac is.
Okay. You collapse to the ground, out of breath, beaten, hurt, tired. Rally lays broken outside. Bluebird now turns to face Jackson on his own. And I'm going to jump back inside. Lilac, you are now facing down Avon as Mabel writhes in pain on the ground. And give me an assess the situation.
7. No, 8. Sorry.
You can feel it. You've got about maybe, you can either take or throw maybe a handful more before you are fighting as a normal person. Your gas tank is empty.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think she's gonna look up at Avon, and I think she's gonna kind of raise her arms out and be like, kind of embarrassing for you that even like this you still can't beat me down. But hey, second best is always suiting you, right? And then I think what I want to do is I want to try and directly engage a threat, but like for the purpose of I want to just try and keep dodging her blows to try and find an opening.
Okay, roll directly engage a threat.
8.
8. So you are going to continue to avoid the blows, I'm assuming? Or do you want to create an opportunity? I'll give you one or the other.
Alea's come in now, right?
Alea, yeah, she's currently on her knees across the gym from you.
As soon as Lilac locks eyes with her, she's going to raise the crystal. And I think she wants to create an opportunity, and she's going to lob the crystal to Alea as she tries to create an opportunity for her with Avon.
Okay. So you see this crystal flying through the air towards you, Alea, and you catch it as you've got like this broken chunk about this much. And very similar to Lilac, as soon as your skin touches the crystal, you can feel you're even weaker.
Okay.
And what do you want to do? As essentially Lilac has Avon's full, undivided, rageful, wrathful attention. And you can tell your sister is slow.
I'm going to portal to behind Avon and try and slam it into the back of her neck.
All right.
With as much force as I can.
Give me a directly engage a threat.
Since we're acting as a team, would you be able to use any of the team pool from the other team
Yeah,
pools that we've made?
100%.
Okay. So what am I adding for team pool?
I think you can only add one at a time because there's a special ability where you can add 2 as an ability.
Yeah, it's one at a time.
One at a time, I am hitting a 9.
A 9.
Yes. So,
okay, I'm going to roll for Avon now. Take a powerful blow. Okay. So you portal behind her. As you portal behind her with this crystal raised in your hand as you're coming down, you see Avon is going to finish your sister off as she's throwing this punch, but she lurches back in pain as the crystal slams into the back of her neck, and you hear her scream in agony as you see this green rush of energy trace through her body as she convulses and collapses to the ground.
Good shot, Chith. Good
you
shot.
okay?
I've been better. Is my mascara okay?
No, it is totally messed up.
Shit.
It's okay. It's okay. Bluebird wouldn't care.
I'm gonna kill that boy.
Speaking of which, we cut outside as the two of you kind of glance over, and you see Jackson and Bluebird going back and forth and back and forth. You see Bluebird is attempting to throw pieces of metal at him, but Jackson just slams the gravity down, getting it out of the way. You see him throwing Bluebird around like he's a rag doll. And you see Bluebird slam into the ground, and you see him get to all fours, and he looks over to you, Lilac, and just gives a silent nod as he digs his hand into the ground, wrenching piping and chains along with him, as he runs full bore, no defense whatsoever, straight at Jackson. And you've seen this before as you fought with Bluebird a couple times. He is doing, what you and him did when you fought Avon the first time. He is putting himself in harm's way to create an opportunity for you all.
Do we have any more crystal?
No. As Bluebird begins to throw chain after chain after chain, you see blood is beginning to pool from Bluebird's nose and his ears as he's wrapping him as much as he can, taking hit after hit after hit after hit after hit as he gets up to Jackson and wraps him in chains. He opens his chest like this as we see Jackson use one of the spikes of metal and send it straight upwards. And from the angle that you're at, you see the piece of metal pierce through the back of Bluebird. What do you do? He's got him in place for you.
I marked a potential. So I got all 5. And I'd like to take a move from another playbook. And I'd like to take it from the Nova. And I'd like to roll to get a burn point.
Reality Storm, I'm assuming?
No.
No?
I was going to use Boost to basically boost someone else. Or would Reality Storm work better for...
No. Like, you tell me what Boost does.
Boost gives... I've just closed it. You fool.
You fool.
You fool. You just had it.
Ah, you fools.
So Nova, there you are. So oh no, it's overcharge is what I wanted. So you channel the full capacity of your powers, and I get to spend 2 burn points to take a +10 when I unleash my powers.
Okay, go ahead and roll me. I think you have to roll.
I have to roll to see how many burn points I can get and whether I get a condition or not.
Correct.
Okay, so I rolled a 7. I mark 1 condition. But I get 3 burn points.
Okay.
Okay, so I will mark the... let's say... I've got angry, I've got insecure. Should I maybe afraid?
Afraid. That's good.
Mine is to directly engage.
Well, I mean, I'm not really looking at the consequences of them, mostly just what she'd be feeling, I guess, in the moment. Which is annoying because directly engage is my best thing, but it's okay. I can take the hit on it. And then with that overcharge then, I'd like to spend that, and I'd like to unleash my powers to basically almost like... kind of almost vibrate with the amount of energy that I have rushing through me in this moment to basically charge straight at Jackson, to do the same thing that Avon did to Nova when she first blew him through the house when we first interacted with her.
Okay. Roll me Unleash Your Powers.
So it's a +10.
+10.
So whatever I roll +10, so 16.
A 16. How do you want to do this?
I think as she sees this spike going up towards Bluebird, I think her right arm her super healing starts coming back up, and she can feel it just slightly with a tingle in her fingers. And she starts trying to just like focus all that same energy she felt the first time that she defended him, and she's going to start running forward, and as she does, that kind of same energy crackles through her and out her hair in that ponytail that it's in now. And as she comes forward with the hook, she hits, and I want it to be basically like he just goes flying and like crashes through any buildings that are there, and the floor kind of craters as she creates that impact.
So we see there's that like moment where like the ground cracks, and then boom, as he's hit square in the jaw and goes ass over tea kettle, boom, boom, and we see him bust through a bunch of the different layers, slamming out through into wherever. And you've won. As you see the armor crack and fade from Avon on the ground, you see the armor crack and fade from Mabel. And you see Bluebird. As he turns weakly to you, and he goes, "How come I'm the one that's always getting fucked up?" Oh.
Because you don't think things through.
I thought one thing through.
Well, you made a good decision then.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I was never going to take the deal. They were going to get my parents out of prison. They were going to help us. But I didn't know what they wanted. That's why I took it. And he reaches very weakly for you.
I think she'll kind of stumble over because the overcharge is kind of like leaving her. She's like, I am in so much pain. And she'll stumble over and take his hand and then kind of kneel down on the ground next to him and put her hand on his cheek.
So do you pull him off the spike?
Oh my god, he's still on the spike. I forgot. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to get him off the spike.
Yeah, you pull him off the spike. As you
sorry.
lower him to the ground. You see blood begins to fill your hands and his as he's holding it.
All right. Listen. What you chose in the past doesn't reflect your actions now.
I chose you. I'll always choose you.
I choose you too. So let's get this fixed, okay? I'm gonna try and call Gilly and see if he can get over here with everyone.
Okay. You see, he just his eyes kind of begin to close a bit.
Okay, no, I need you to try and stay awake for me, okay?
Give me a comfort or support roll, please.
Oh, no, what do I add to this?
Mundane.
Ah, shit. 2.
You're trying to reach him, but it seems he's passed out from either pain, shock, blood loss, and he's fading.
Okay.
Alea, you see a motionless rally across the field. What do you do?
Do I see Bluebird? I'm assuming he's dying.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to use a move called A Mind of Their Own, where my powers evolve and mutate when I'm facing an obstacle or threat that my powers would not be able to deal with. am going to take a condition to get brand new abilities adapted to the situation. So I will take the condition.
You have to roll for it.
I do have to... Wait. No, I don't have to roll for it. I just mark a condition.
Okay. What condition are you taking?
I'm going to take Hopeless. And as I am watching Lilac over Bluebird, and I see Rally defeated, and I see just again and again we have been pitted against each other, and we have been forced to hurt or watch the people we love get hurt. Alea gets a new kind of understanding. And I'm also going to use my moment of truth so that this will go how I want.
Okay.
I am going to, for the first time, be able to manipulate space and time much more specifically. And I am going to use that to slowly stitch together the atoms and the white blood cells to the right places and the bones to the right places of everyone and heal them. I am trying to keep everyone as calm and happy, and all she wants to do is make things better.
Okay. We see this kind of ebb, this force kind of from you as the last of your power is used in this moment. And it passes over Bluebird. And you see Lilac as the blood stops running in your hands. He's still unconscious, but the blood has stopped flowing. You feel the ache in your body ease. And Rally, you are at least conscious now. You're a bit sore, but your jaw has refixed itself. You know, like your ribs, which are cracked, have now begun to realign. And Alea, as you pass out from using the last of your power, you feel the gore wound in your side also seal. And Alea, you pass out.
What just happened?
What'd I miss?
Oh my god, you're not dead.
Rally never leaves, even if that includes the material plane.
I think she's gonna kind of lay Bluebird down gently and then head over to Rally and help him up. Hey, oh my god, I think I knocked Jackson into the air. I'm sure he'll be fine.
He's a tough guy. He's cool. Well, he was cool until he became evil. Well, I guess that's not really his fault.
I think we fixed that. And then she's gonna kind of like ease him over to like Alea and like start like kind of teaming up everyone and putting
Team
them
huddle.
in one spot. Okay. So I feel like we're all in shock. We have a lot to process.
I hear the school offers some pretty great therapeutic services.
It does, yeah. No, for sure. I'm gonna call Gilly and see if he can fix any of this.
So he doesn't pick up after the first ring like he normally does. It's a couple rings. And he picks up and he goes, Lilac, are you and your sister all right?
Yeah, we're alive. We're good.
Are you all okay?
No.
What do you mean?
She's gonna look over at Raleigh, and then I think at that point she's gonna reach over and take his hand and hold it, and she's like, Nithira didn't make it.
And you hear in the background, you hear Burton go, What was that?
Oh shit.
And he snatches the phone from Gilead and goes, What? Where's my daughter? What do you mean she didn't make it?
Do you want me to take this?
Yeah. And she's gonna just pass the phone straight over to Raleigh.
Hi.
Raleigh, where's Nithira? Where's my girl?
She saved us. She didn't make it.
How did it happen? Was she in pain?
No, I don't think so. She just, she said thank you. And she was there, and then she was just gone. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
What do you mean it'll be okay?
Burton, Lila's gonna like lean over and say, she saved everyone. Everyone. I know it doesn't make up for that loss, but trust me, I understand what you're going through. My dad didn't make it either.
Oh. And you hear him kind of like try to put on his dad hat. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Thank you for being a good friend to my girl." Thank you all. And Gilly chimes back in as you can hear Burton begin to sob in the background. And he goes, Lilac, help is on the way. Just stay where you are.
Okay. Thanks, Gilly.
And we see paramedic vehicles and police, kind of scattered come in. You see the vehicles are damaged. You see some of the police officers' uniforms are ripped and torn. And we now see the city for the first time. It's torn apart. It's in flames. But what we see people working together, putting out the flames, helping the injured, as a lot of the structure of the city may be destroyed, but the people, because of Nithira's actions and all of your actions, are safe. They endured. And we're going to flash to about a week later. Lilac. It is a week after the final fight with the patron. You're still bruised and cut and beaten. Dia and Alea decided to come home with you and stay with you. What would you be doing in this moment?
I think she's been going through helping Gilly organize probably a public funeral, like memorial service for Nova, and going through the formalities of that. it probably helps ease her slightly to be organizing something and being in control of something. And I think that's what she's been focusing on, and also potentially doing a joint memorial service for Chris, what was Nathira's hero name that she decided on?
It's Scream with a K.
Okay.
Mhm. So she'd kind of add in Scream as well in the memorial service as the true savior as well. So she'd be going through and organizing that probably alongside with Burton as well.
Okay. And you see Gilly kind of pause as he fills out the paperwork. You see one of his arms is in a sling. He's kind of covered in some bandages and bruises, and he turns to you and he goes, he may have been a peacock and not home a lot, but he loved you. He loved you so much.
I know, Gilly.
And he'd be so proud of you. And I know he was proud of you.
Yeah. I'm proud of me too.
And Gilly wraps his one good arm around you and pulls you in for a hug.
I think she just kind of like leans on him very comfortingly. And then she's like,
Just us now, huh?
well, dear Nalea, but
And there's a knock in the door frame. As you see, once again, on crutches, is Blue. And he goes, don't forget me.
Hey.
as if I could.
Impossible.
You're etched into my very being, Erevan.
It's part of my charm.
Mm.
Lilac.
I think she'll leave Gilly's embrace at that point and be like, can you finish up here for today without me?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. And then I think she'll head over to Bluebird, probably maybe even with like a light limp in her step as she's coming
Yeah.
over, but she refuses to even touch a crutch.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, you want to go get coffee? The kitchen has a really good machine.
I was gonna say, you're gonna make me walk?
No. I could carry you.
I could be like a damsel.
You have been a damsel every single time.
And I am in distress. And he kind of like begins to like fall a little bit.
Don't. My arms, please, babe.
And he goes, coffee sounds perfect.
Cool. Well then. And then she'll just kind of walk with him at that point to just take him to the kitchen and just use their coffee machine to make little coffees.
So the two of you sit, having coffee, laughing, smiling together, a welcome bit of levity in the darkness of the last 2 weeks. Is there anything else you want to do?
I think she's probably invited Rallian over and like sent a text to her or like mentioned it to her about like him coming over for like a super duper sleepover or something.
Okay.
And she probably put that in the text. And maybe even with like, you know, the face where it's like a sighing face with like
yes.
The super duper sleepover, yeah.
Okay. Alea, it's been a week. Your mom came home beaten and bloody and cut up, but alive. And for the first few days after finding out what happened to your father, she shut herself away for a little bit. and you could hear her crying quietly behind the door, and eventually she found her way out, and she like had a bag packed, and she goes, "We need to go to Lilac."
Yeah.
And what do with this this kind of after you've kind of settled already into the house again, what do you do?
Leia will take time sorry, 1 second. Leia will take time to check up on her friends, on Jackson, on Raleigh and Lilac, and even Mabel. She'll sit down with her mom over the course of the next few days, so many times, doing small things to try and make things a little easier, making the breakfast burritos, and just letting her know that she misses him too a lot. And we'll take up this mantle of trying to be the calm one still that people can go to, and quietly in her room, but only when no one else is home, she'll try to talk to Nathira. And she'll ask her how she's doing and if she's with her mom. And she'll tell her how much Riley misses her and how Leia started putting fake freckles on, and how she keeps flowers by her bed for her. And she'll talk to Nova and tell her dad that she wishes she knew him and not just Nova, and how much Lilac is like him in so many ways and how proud that makes her. And she'll say that Gilly is gonna take care of them, and she'll tell him that Dia misses him and that she misses him. And I think she just kind of breaks into herself, to be honest. I don't think there's any way she can get out of this without breaking down inside.
Okay. Your mom walks into the room, and she sits next to you on the bed, and she doesn't say a word. She just puts her arms around you and pulls you in, squeezes you as tight as she can. And she just says, "Let it out. You don't need to be strong right now." And she just holds you as long as you need.
I don't think Alea would say anything. She'd just break down after a minute.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'd like to visit Jackson in the hospital. I don't know if he's awake or not, but just hold his hand if he's not.
He's not. He hasn't woken up. Okay.
She'll sleep at the hospital a couple days, overnight.
Okay. Rally, in the week after, you found yourself at home, and your parents constantly checking on you, your siblings as well. Your littlest sibling has, brought you your favorite snack and your favorite comic book, and they don't really know what to say. But you see, he just kind of like puts it at the door. And he goes, "Are you okay, Rally?"
I think Rally, to keep from going insane with grief, has fallen back into the sort of mask-like effigy persona, the Rally that he likes to present to the world. And he's gonna just respond, "Yeah, I'm almost done with this level. I just need to clear this so I could return the game. It's just not as fun playing alone, I guess."
And your kid sibling goes, I can try.
I think there's just silence for a inordinate amount of time, and I think as his sibling kind of goes to turn and walk away, there's just this very weak Rally voice, and just says, "Sure, but I get to be player one."
And your little sibling turns on a heel and goes, "But that's the good controller."
"Yeah, well, when you're old enough to afford one, you can get a better one. Until then,
fine. You can't afford one. Dad bought this for you.
Yeah, but that makes it mine by default."
And the two of you play games together for the next hour or so. And the reason you probably started playing games is because today is the day of Nathira's funeral. And there's a knock on the door after you and your sibling celebrating the victory. And you see Burton standing in the doorway. He's in a nice, fine black suit. He looks like in the week's time he's gotten older. And in his hands is a shoebox.
That's nice and all, Burton, but I already have shoes.
And you see your sibling kind of excuses himself from the room. And Burton comes and kind of wordlessly sits next to you on the bed. And he goes, "She wanted you to have this. I haven't opened it. I haven't looked in it. But I know whatever's in here it's meant for you."
I think Riley takes the box, but at what point during the week is this?
This is about a week later when Nathira's funeral is due to happen. And he goes, "I suggest just take a look inside before you come down, all right?"
Okay. And Burton,
"Yeah, kiddo."
do you think you could teach me how to cook?
"I'd like that a lot. We can make pancakes. How about that? We'll start there."
Okay.
And he gives you kind of like a one-armed hug.
I think Riley kind of melts into it. He's just given up fighting at this point.
He goes, "I miss her too. House is a lot quieter."
That's because I'm not in it.
And he sits with you in the silence for a while, just crying together. And he says, all right, I gotta get over there. I'll see you there. Come when you're ready, but look in that box before you come, all right?
Okay.
And he gives you one last hug and a kiss on the head. And he turns a little bit slightly and he goes, cooking class starts tomorrow. As he walks out of the room.
I think before he goes, Rally is going to offer his hand and he's going to do the secret handshake with Burton like he did in the first episode.
It takes Burton a second to recognize it, but he does it right back.
And I think as his fist comes in for that last fist bump, Rally kind of catches it and then just pulls him in for one more hug.
He hugs you real tight.
And when it's quiet, Rally's going to go through the box.
Okay. So the first thing you find sitting on top of the box is a letter. And Chris, do you mind reading the letter? Athira.
Oh, I'm gonna do my best.
No, you can't do this to me.
You opened it.
It was thematically appropriate.
There's a couple pages of letters. You look, it's folded into threes, and you see on the front in bold, like black pen, you see Nova Unleashed series, limited edition number 5.2. You see the words, Rook looked at Nova with disgust and asked, how could you let her do that? I thought you cared about her. I thought you trusted her. And then Nova shook his head at Rook and said, caring and trusting are not synonymous with controlling. And then you open up the couple pages. You see 2 pages of scribbled nonsense with drops of tears around the words. Rally, I hope you aren't reading this letter. Because if you are, it means I can't apologize in person. Because if you're reading this letter, it can only mean one thing. And I'm sorry. I wish I could give you a hug right now and say thank you for caring for me. I don't think I could have helped without you trusting me. Because being your best friend has been the safe place I always needed. And the only reason I think I made it to prom in the first place. But I never felt good enough on my own. I was just good enough because of you. During the crash with my dad, when I woke up in the hospital, you were the first person I saw. Your head was laying there on the side of the hospital bed, and I never told you, but I saw you lying in that little pile of drool you tried to quickly wipe away when you woke up so I wouldn't see. I knew you were embarrassed, so I never told you that I saw. I know you missed school to be there, waiting for me to wake up from the surgery. I know you missed work shifts, and you lost a lot of sleep. I don't like how I have the past few nights, knowing I'd be writing this letter. You see, Riley, I thought being a hero would be fun. I thought it would make us feel good and cool. That having powers in real life would help me to be strong. So you didn't have to be strong for me. I was wrong, in a way. Being a hero hasn't really felt fun or cool. And being a hero hasn't really felt heroic. Being a hero has been scary, and it's been full of sadness, and it's been full of secrets. And yet it's the first time I think I've ever made a decision for myself. So if you're reading this, it means that I made the decision. And that you trusted me. But that I'm also not as in control as I had hoped. Maybe I wasn't strong enough a hero to save me. But I hope I was a strong enough hero to save you. So, please, Rally, remember your promise. Please don't forget me. Because forgetting me would mean that you've left. And you promised you wouldn't leave again. So all the flowers, you may want to leave at my grave. You don't need to. I'm not there. No one is. I'm somewhere out there, and out there is always with you. I'll be there in the smell of fresh pancakes in the morning. And the Sundays we would unbox new hero figurines while watching the cartoons of them. I'll be there in the sleepovers in our matching pajamas and in your funny one-liners. I'll be there in the freckles you see on other people. Hopefully those will be real. I'll be there in the song that was playing when we first kissed. And I'll be there in every lovingly disapproving look between you and another person. And even in the thread between 2 cans of caviar. I love you, and I always will. You're the only person I ever needed in my life, and I think the only person I ever will need. And I still need you. I need you to keep Burton safe for me. He's really old, and I don't know how he'll take all of this. He's gonna need someone to make pancakes for. Keep fighting with Lilac, please. Until she remembers that she has a soft heart like I do. Whether she likes it or not, she needs other people. And she'll be stronger because of that. Make sure Leia always has a friend and that she's never alone again. Because she doesn't deserve that. Even if she thinks she does sometimes. Tell Irvin to stop smoking. Or else, you'll know I'll see him first. And no offense, but I don't want that. And give your mom a hug. And please tell her that I forgive her. Because she didn't mean to hurt me. But, above all, please take care of you. I left you a book with some surprises inside in the shoebox. It's that hardcover limited edition that I got the quote from on the front of the letter. And I've been saving up flowers there for years, and I had planned to give it to you at graduation before we went to college. Funny how that works out. But, I'm excited to see you one day. When it's your time. But, until then, save me a seat at the Super Duper Club. Whether it's just you or 10 people, save me a seat. Never stop being a hero, Rally. 'Cause you've always been mine. And until you see me again, never stop looking for me in the flowers that bloom. You're the best boyfriend I could have ever asked for. Signed, Valley, forever.
I think before he even opened the letter, Rally was definitely breaking down. He's never really experienced loss, at least not in a way that wounds him so deeply. So he's gonna walk over to the window that's 10 feet apart from where Nathier always was. And he's going to pick up the can. And he knows she's not on the other side of it, but he's going to just start talking. As he says, it was a very nice letter. This is why I wanted you to read the comics, when we get older and I get a job that isn't soul crushing and monotonous. But I'm gonna keep this line open in case you ever call back. And I know that you may have accepted what happened, but I know you, and I know it can be scary going to a new place. So I'm gonna do what we did when we were kids, and I'm just gonna tell you a story. As Raleigh pulls out what he's been working on throughout the campaign, or at least about halfway through, he takes out a small comic book with that's essentially missing a title, and on the front is a picture of him, Nathira, Lilac, and Alea, and like a very hastily penciled in bluebird. And he's gonna start I never really settled on a title, but I think Heroes of Bastion sounds nice. So our story begins in this rundown, sort of apocalyptic sector of the city, right? It's going to be super dramatic, really get the audience interested. And you just see this small TV talking about the city of Bastion, but it's flickering in and out, and then we cut. I've just woken up. It's the first day of school. And he's just going to essentially recount the entire campaign as a story.
Okay.
And when he's done, he's going to go to the funeral.
Okay. The funeral for Nathira is the word of her deeds spreads, of the one who saved everyone. And so the city shows up. Everybody is there. Every student, every store, and every restaurant, everywhere is empty. As the city stands, and the three of you, the Bluebird, and your parents, stand there as they lower an empty coffin into the earth. And nearly at once, everyone in the city who's there presents a flower. And they all begin to tie it into their hair. And in turn, one after the other comes up to Burton and tells him what his daughter did for them. And Burton gets to see how great his daughter's deeds were. And though he is incredibly sad, he is also incredibly proud. Is there anything any of you want to do at the funeral?
You guys can go first, but I have 2 things.
I think Lilac was wearing like a golden flower brooch as such on her attire. And I don't think she says anything publicly. I think she keeps herself quite stoic. But I think as like the empty coffin's been lowered in, I think she is going to take one of like the flowers and stuff and that sort of thing that's been around and just throw it down onto, instead of tying it in her hair, she'll throw it down onto the coffin. She goes, "Flowers don't look good in my hair. They look better in yours. I'll miss that." And that's all she says.
Okay. Rally.
I think Rally waits until everybody else is finished putting their flowers down, chuckles at Lilac's comment, and kind of agrees. And he has just this small caviar tin, and inside is a keychain, but it's not of any of the other heroes. It's of Rally and Nathira, not in their hero forms, but just as people. And it's this very cute art of just their foreheads touching. And he made this keychain himself, so it's kind of rough looking, but he keeps in mind that that's maybe one of the things that Nathira loved about him. And there's also just the first drawing Rally ever made of the 2 of them, aged like 5. It's this shitty crayon drawing, sun in the corner, smiley face, stick figure art, big house. And there's just the cheesiest wedding photo, Rally plus Nathira forever, like married with whatever, like a dog, and visiting fucking Burton on the weekends and all that. And he takes one last look at it and closes it. There's also just like a bit of string, puts it on the casket, and he says, "Over but never out." And I guess depending on where these events take place, the last thing he wanted to do was give a sort of public eulogy, which we can do after somebody else because I've taken a lot of time here.
Alea, do you have anything?
After the funeral, she would have something with just us.
Okay.
But during, I think she just would hold Rally's hand and Lilac's and squeeze 2 times whenever they need it.
Just in short, the eulogy he would have given is it's the script that Nathira wrote on the first day that he was supposed to give. And I don't think Rally makes it through the whole thing.
And the funeral wraps up. The 4 of you alongside Burton being the last ones. And eventually the 4 of you head to Lilac and Alea's house for the super duper sleepover. And it's a night of laughter, bittersweet laughter and fun. And after you had all fallen asleep, you're awoken quite early in the morning by Blue being like, "Hey, all you get up. I'm lifting your car. Come on, let's go. Everybody, come on, right now." And
I'm sorry. What?
he ushers you all, without giving you any reason, into the car.
Morning means I get to sleep in.
And he uses his abilities to lift the bed that you're on to take you to the car.
Oh.
And you see he drives up to the garden section. And he drives to the beach. And he goes, quick. And he begins to limp towards the beach.
What is... Okay, Lilac like following.
Yeah, Leia too.
Swimming is a very poor idea with a cast.
Come on.
You don't have the plastic baggie.
And you all get to the beach, and he points, and you see it must have happened during the fight. As you see a chunk of the outer wall has been broken open. Instead of an artificial sea, you see out to the real sea. And you begin to see pinks and oranges and purples. For the first time in your entire lives, you're seeing a real sunrise, not artificial, not fake, not manufactured. You're seeing a true sunrise. And as the warmth of the real sun begins to hit each one of you, in this moment, looking at each other, looking at the sunset, enraptured by it, feel a sense of safety and relief and calm. And we begin to see each of your faces in turn. We see Erevan, the lost, finding out that his home need not be a big, fancy physical place, but amongst those he loves, and that he's worthy of it. We see Rally, the boy who dreamed, learning that the secret to being a true hero wasn't found in his comic books, but trusting not only in himself, but in those around him. That he didn't need to be the strongest, he didn't need to be the fastest, he didn't need to be the smartest to save the day. At the end of the day, he just needed to be him. We see Alea, the girl who reached for the stars only to find what she was looking for wasn't in the vastness of space or in some hidden garden. That acceptance, that kindness, that love, and to be seen as not as the world wished her to be, but as she wanted to be, was right next to her. She found it in the eyes of her friends, in the eyes of her butler, her mother, and even for a moment her father, but most importantly in the eyes of her sister. We see Lilac, the girl of steel, who spent her life vying for her father's approval and wishing to escape his shadow, learning that allowing herself to be soft is not weakness, but it's the most courageous thing she could do. And when she let down those steel walls that she kept so tight, it wasn't ridicule or disappointment on the other side, it was love. And it was acceptance. And the light shone so bright that it would make the stars envious. And gone but not forgotten, Nethira the brave. A shy girl with freckles, tasked with carrying the impossible weight of a constant smile. Learning the way to conquer her fear is to accept it. And that grief and loss is not the absence of love, but it is love enduring. Showing strength isn't measured by how much damage you can do, but measured by how much good you do with it. The story of the heroes of Bastion is one we've seen repeated numerous times throughout history. A story of heroism, heartbreak, struggle, conflict, and eventually triumph and victory. But regardless of how many times it's told, these stories are important to tell. Because in a world and time where it can be so dark, and everything can seem like it's too much to handle, it's important to be reminded that the sun will rise. Hope will endure. And that all of us are the heroes we need. And as the camera begins to pull back, we see Rally. It's his senior year of high school. He's getting ready for graduation. And he pulls out a book. And he begins to flip through the pages of the flowers. And we see Rally close the book. He's much older, much more grown than he was before. And he sets it down on the table. And there's a wisp of wind that rolls into his room. And some of the flower petals begin to move off the pages. And they begin to swirl about. And it forms on the wall, "Find me, Rally." And that is where we're going to stop for tonight. Thank you all. I was doing so good. Thank you all so much for following us and following this story and these 4 goofballs. This story has meant the world to me. And I am so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. You are remarkable. You are amazing. I don't have I typically have words, but words are hard right now.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of all of you, and I'm proud of this story. And I want all of you at home to remember that you are the only hero you need. And thank you for watching. I'm Alec the Bard, your game master. Thank you to D&D Imposter as Nefira. Thank you so much to Hamasama-kun as Rally. Thank you to Caminator the Animator as Alea.
Oh, baby.
And thank you to Relentless as Lilac.
Yay.
And Heroes of Bastion will return. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye, everyone.